mentioned yesterday the number of people that were considering coming out of retirement because of the cost of living right now. Baby boomers and older employees are working later into life. It's important to understand their rights in an aging workforce. Employment lawyer Alex Lucifero joins us now with more. So Alex, let's talk about this. It's clearly an issue and might become more of an issue given the fact we talk about the cost of living. So the first question, can an employer suggest that an older employee retire from their job, from their employment?
Yeah, it's a good question, Matt. Very important to note that, first of all, there's no mandatory retirement age in Ontario or throughout Canada in general. So an employee can work as long as he or she likes. An employer cannot force you to retire. And so that question is clear and unequivocal. If an employer forces an employee to retire or effectively terminates an employee because of their age, well, that's age discrimination under human rights legislation. Matt, you simply can't do it as an employer. Otherwise, you'll be met with hefty fines and damages.
Right. Now, again, we talk about, too, and where things stand from an employee's perspective, too. If someone is struggling at their job, if they find that their age is starting to catch up with them a little bit, too, do they go and talk to their employers? As those discussions happen, what's maybe the best thing if someone is in that position right now?
Sure. And listen, aside from age, as any employer here, you have the right to expect your employees to be productive, to earn the wages that you're paying them. And so when there is an issue with performance or conduct for that matter as well, you should absolutely be talking to your employee about that. It's important to understand where the employee is coming from. What are they struggling with exactly? And certainly to bring age into it. If your employee tells you, I'm struggling because of my age or because of a health condition or reason, well, then you have to accommodate that employee. Matt, it's not as easy as simply dismissing or disciplining that employee because of their health concerns or age. They have to be accommodated in the workplace.
And again, when we talk about and we get into some of that a little bit, though, too, is that the only option? Again, accommodating them clearly, but those discussions are ongoing. But if they're an employer, like you just said, watching this, too, what other options might they have at exploring it with them?
Yeah, so again, as an employee, you want to raise these concerns to your employer. If you're struggling because of a health issue or perhaps because of your age, your employer may have the option. They would actually have to look into perhaps placing you into another position, right? If you're working a physically demanding warehouse job, for example, maybe you can find the position in the office that's better suited for you at the time. Again, the question here that you have to ask is, why is the employee struggling in their particular position? Have that conversation between the employer and the employee about a potential resolution to this problem that works for both parties. Again, from the employer's point of view, you cannot let the employee go or punish them or discipline them because of the employee's age or their health concerns. From the employee's point of view, you have to communicate those needs to the employer. Very important stuff.
Certainly pertinent conversations, too, as we talk about the aging workforce in this country and elsewhere. Alex Lucifero, always appreciate this. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure, man.